The first rule was simple: never stand out. The second rule: never slip up. But no matter how well we planned, how careful we were, nothing prepared us for the night my eldest sister vanished. My name, or at least the one we all shared, is Naya. In reality, I'm one of seven Nigerian sisters living as one person in an elite Korean school. Monday through Sunday, each of us took turns attending classes, maintaining perfect grades, and blending into the routine. We had no choice. The world outside didn't know we existed. Our real names, our real faces, those had been erased the moment we stepped foot in Korea. All we had was our secret, our system, and our eldest sister, Amaka, who held us together. Until the night she didn't come home. At first, we thought she was late. Amaka was always the most careful, the best at being Naya. She could mimic our father's handwriting, forge documents, and anticipate every question before it was asked. But by midnight, the six of us were pacing in the small apartment we shared, panic settling in. "She knows the rules," Zinna whispered. She was the most anxious, always the one running risk assessments. She wouldn't just disappear. Meso, the second eldest, clenched her jaw. Then something happened to her. A chill ran through me. We had survived this long by being invisible, by knowing when to speak and when to vanish. If something had gone wrong, if someone had found out, "We need to find her," Venus said, already pulling on her coat. She was the boldest, the one who acted first and thought later. "But we can't all go looking," Os muttered. "What if someone sees us together?" She was right. If anyone saw two Nayas at the same time, it would be over. The next morning, Meso went to school in Amaka's place. We watched from the shadows, waiting for any sign that she had left a clue. But everything was normal, too normal. No news, no rumors, no empty seat where she should have been. It was like Amaka had never existed. Then we found her bag, stuffed in the janitor's closet behind the science wing. Her books were there untouched. Her phone was missing, and tucked between the pages of her notebook was a single, scribbled message. "They know." The six of us exchanged glances. A cold weight settled in my stomach. Who were they? That night, Bina insisted on going back to the school after hours. "We're wasting time," she snapped. "If someone took Amaka, we need to figure out who." None of us wanted to admit it, but she was right. So we broke in. The hallways were empty, our footsteps echoing in the silence. Meso led the way, moving toward the security room. If there were cameras, they would have caught something. But the moment we stepped inside, we froze. The screens were blank. The recordings wiped clean. Someone had already covered their tracks. Then the loudspeaker crackled to life. "Leave." The voice was distorted, mechanical, but it sent a chill through all of us. And then we ran. The next day, Zinna found an article buried deep in the archives. Years ago, there had been another missing student, a girl named Seo Yuna. She, too, had disappeared without a trace. And when Zinna searched harder, she found something worse. Yuna's family had vanished shortly after. No records, no forwarding address, just gone. Is this what happens when people ask too many questions? Os whispered. We weren't just looking for Amaka anymore. We were trying to avoid her fate. It took a week before we found the first real clue. a hidden key stuffed inside a Maka's extra school blazer. It had a number on it, 314. A locker. That night, we broke into the school again. The hallway was silent, the lights flickering as we made our way to the old wing. Locker 314 was rusted shut, like it hadn't been opened in years. But when Meso forced it open, we found a single item inside. A school ID. Not a Maka's, not CO Eunice, but one that belonged to a student who wasn't supposed to exist. The name was scratched out, the face blurred, but the year printed at the bottom told us everything. They had been here, before us, living the same lie, and now they were gone. We had been careful. We had followed the rules, but we had still been watched, because the moment we turned to leave, the hallway lights flickered, and the door at the end of the corridor slammed shut. We weren't alone, and that was when the voice returned, this time right behind us. You should have stayed hidden. The last thing I saw before everything went black was a shadow moving toward us. And then, nothing. I woke up somewhere cold, somewhere unfamiliar. My wrists were tied, my head pounding. Around me, my sisters lay unconscious, all of us trapped in a dark, abandoned classroom. And across from me, standing there, watching, was a Maka. Alive, but different. You shouldn't have come looking for me, she whispered. And in that moment, I realized something far worse than losing her. We hadn't found Amaka. We had walked straight into her captor's hands. And now, we were the ones who needed saving.